Check. All right. So, guys, this is another vlog session. Today is the what is today? Today is the 16th of July, and yeah, we're about to witness what went down trades we took. I don't remember doing a vlog yesterday, so I'll start with yesterday's price action. Yesterday, yesterday we took actually I'll just tag a video for yesterday's price action and I'll do a voiceover over it. Yeah. So for today's price action, let me start from scratch. I started off by highlighting yesterday's price action, which was this. Remember, it came and took out this high right here. Let me annotate that for you. Came and took out this right there, and I was looking at this. So we were looking at this low. Keep that low in mind. We're looking at that low, and yeah, those are my PDRs for the daily. Then when you go to the 4 hour, actually 1 hour, 1 hour time frame. When you go to the 1 hour time frame, holy Christ. So when you go to the 1 hour time frame, yeah. So look at that low, this low here, and that liquidity which was tagged a little bit. Yeah. So I was looking at that. I started looking at the charts at round 2. So we mark that low, and then look at this fair value gap right here. This BC right here. It's a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So when you look at that BC, it tells us a lot. So I then looked for the 15 minutes. So what we wanted to see was price come, drop down into that boy, and give us a push to the upside. Now let me check if there was a 4-hour CRT. So 5 p.m. candle. So if we have a market structure shift on the 5 minute, we might shoot for this high right here with my line tool. That high right there. So let's go to the 15 minute. So when I went to the 15-minute time frame, this is what Mandem was looking at, because we're still looking at that low right there. But now we had to mark our levels. Had to mark 2. That is the beginning of 2 a.m. is the beginning of London session, and 8:30. So when you mark the 8:30, that's the beginning of the New York session. So now on the 5 minute, we're gonna give us more clear price action. Do this on the 5 minute. Remember, this was this level here, the gray level down below was the 15. That was the 1 hour fair value gap, and price at the beginning of London session. Price was literally doing this, and climbed up again, then boom, washed into this fair value gap. So at the beginning, can you imagine, it was at the beginning where it started making a Judas swing up until this point of interest right here, up until this boy, and touch the consequent encroachment at exactly 9:30. So let's go to the one. So I think we have marked our PDRs. Now let's swap down to the one. So when I saw this at 8:30, I saw this low, and yeah, we're definitely coming forward for this low. Sell side liquidity. So you should always mark your London session highs and lows. London session highs and lows. Those guys are targeted most of the times for the when the market opens. So sell side liquidity right there, and at the beginning of 8:30, price started shooting to the upside, shooting to the upside. Now that was a very good candidate for us. We had a BC right there, confirming this as a, you would say it's an OB. Me, I would say it's a more of a propulsion look. So when you go to the 1 minute, this is where the magic is now. Allow me scroll back up to there. So 8:30 is right there. Now price comes, starts consolidating, then shoots to the upside. Consequent encroachment, breaks lower, retraces, and then boom. That was the 2022 model. 2022 model, which looks more like this. The 22 model looks more like this. Boom, 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 boom. Break, retracement into a fair value gap, and then drop down. So that break of structure right there, the market structure shift with a fair value gap in here. So that is your 2022 model. Something like that, something like that, something like that. So, let me take off these boys here. So what we had was, many of them. So price came at exactly 8:30, 9:30. I don't hit that for you, chap chap. 9:30, 9:30, exactly 9:30. At exactly 9:30, that is when we had the stock market open. Stock market open. So the stock market open right there. Check what price does. Price shoots to the upside and then tears down aggressively. Let me turn this to this side. And give it the left. So sell side liquidity resting below here. 9:30 does its job. Here says the consequent encroachment and starts tearing down. So we saw this fair value gap. So that fair value gap. And we had also seen this OB, which is more of a breaker now. So I had spotted the breaker first. So when I spotted the breaker, I was like, price may actually return to the breaker. So yeah. Now let's watch. This is the typical AMD that I saw. So we had an A. This is an A. Accumulation. See, same model or same model. Manipulation. This is the manipulation. And then the distribution. Holy shit. And then the distribution comes in there. Distribution. So we had 2 points of interest coinciding with each other. Yeah, so let me just take off the breaker so it looks, anyway, let me leave it. So now to put back the orders so that you guys can see the business that transpired. Currently in a position, buy position. But yeah, we are literally more break even. We have taken some partials. Simple by execution marks. So as you can see, we took trade right there where that arrow is, this arrow. We took trade at that price. As price came, boom, broke down, gave us a fair value gap right there. executed immediately. Actually, I left in a limit order, so price came, filled us, started tearing down, and got us out at exactly that level. So outside liquidity. Yeah, I didn't push forward for this. Yeah, because yeah, we're building our confidence levels, guys. So yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, from here up to here, that was the first setup. Now the second setup is I wanted the favorable gap to be filled. So when the favorable gap was filled, this is the 1 hour favorable gap. There is this inversion favorable gap here. Let me give it another color so that it makes more sense. Red. Oh, give it orange. So that orange color right there. So that inversion favorable gap. There is an inversion favorable gap from this to that. So when price came, disrespected that inversion favorable gap and broke this high, I was confident that we would have a buy. So I entered a buy at the consequent encroachment, as you can see where that arrow is pointing. Consequent encroachment, and the stop loss was down below this midpoint because if price was to stay in a buy position, it was supposed to be heavily discounted. So I put my stop loss down here and price started tearing up. So I've took off some partials right there. I've taken off about like it was a 2 lot, taken off a whole lot. So yeah, that is it for this day, Thursday, 16th of July 2026. The AMD is there. It is there. So it's there. Yeah, currently it's how we're looking like. Yeah, price is doing some shaggy. Let's take a look at this. Where's that? 1050, 1050 to 1150 macro. Ah, we're cooked, guys. We're cooked. We're cooked. We're cooked. We're cooked. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So price decides to fuck around this fair value gap, then yeah, for break even, taking off something. So we're cool. We're cool. Just on to the default color. Yeah, but anyways, thank you for watching. I'm gonna play the replay for yesterday's price action. I remember I didn't do a vlog. I'm gonna play the market replay for yesterday, and we see. Yeah. All right. So this is the recording for today, Thursday. As you can see, we put our sell limit on the breaker block. So we got filled in right there. Watch where we put our stop loss. We put our stop loss. Yeah, so we got filled in, and now price started running down towards our what? Our TP, and it smashed it seriously. So now we can look at, we can just speed the whole video now. Yeah, those retracements were solid, but you have to stay locked in, bro. You gotta stay locked in. You gotta stay locked in. Yeah. So it finally hit TP. Boom. And yeah, that was it. Yeah, so now this is the Wednesday recording session. So I recorded the audio. Oh my god, I recorded the video thinking the audio was playing, bro. It was not playing, bro. Anyway, so as you can see, we had that rejection from that blue line, accumulation during London, fair value gap after the CPI number was released. Then when you see the fair value gap, the rejection, the candles didn't close below the midpoint of that fair value gap. Yeah, so basically saying we took a re-entry, we took an entry on that retracement after the mitigation. As you can see, the execution marks took a buy, and yeah, price side playing around, but later on it sold off and went bought, and yeah, TTP